want to speak to the eagle in you. I want to talk real quickly about the difference between influencers and implementers. That's what I want to talk about. Influencers and implementers. That's what I want to talk about. I believe October is the month, not just for you to be an influencer. It's the month for you to be an implementer. Come on, just say it with me. I'm an implementer in October. Come on, say it like you mean it. I am an implementer in October. Listen, everybody today, especially if you have any form of social media, you've heard the term influencer. We see so many individuals who want to be influencers. We're looking at notable celebrities who are influencers. You can go down the list, whether it's Kim Kardashian, whether it's Instagram models, whether it is somebody who, which I just found out just the other day, this young man, he's an influencer on TikTok, and I believe he's making millions of dollars, and he makes $875,000 per post. Isn't that interesting? Each and every single post, he's making at least $875K, and not $875, $875,000. I think I'd be cool with an $875 post. I'd be cool with that. But he's making $875,000. So he's going to be raking in millions upon millions of dollars. And he is known as a TikTok influencer. What is influencer all about? Influence is really about the capacity to have an effect on character, on development, behavior. And here it is, even the decisions that people make, the products they purchase, oftentimes even the way that they think, right? Influence, influencer. We see it today. Everybody wants to, be liked, to a certain degree. As I went to see Chris Rock the other week, he said America has an issue. America has an addiction to attention. Right? Our addiction is not so much the opioid crisis. I know that's a serious issue too. Our addiction is not so much to what people are struggling with drugs and alcohol and all these other things. Those, yes, are impeding the progress of many people's lives and have brought tremendous hurt. Gambling addiction, of course, as well. But even the greater level of the addiction is attention. Chris Rock said, yesteryear we used to want love, now we just settle for likes. It's part of everybody wanting to be noticed. America has a type of tepid temperature in regards to the fact that we have a Tupac mentality. All eyes on me. I want you to be looking at my posts. I want you to be liking. I want you to be doing this. I want you to be doing that. I want you to see me over and over and over again. And the dose of the likes that you get hits your endorphins, hits your serotonin levels, right? It gives you these sensational feelings mentally, and even as you're interacting with other individuals, because we become so focused on the likes. But actually, what are we doing to level up? It's one thing to be an influencer, but here's the level of where I want us to move. Not just being in the place of influencer to where you're liked, but I want you to be in the place of implementer. What is an implementer all about? An implementer is someone who puts a plan in place and executes. Let me say that again. An implementer is someone who puts a plan in place, a decision, an agreement, they put it into effect, and they execute. Right? An influencer causes an effect on somebody's lives, but an implementer executes the effect that they cause. What is it that you have been gifted to do that you can now implement? That you can now put the pieces of the puzzle together, that you can now make room to bloom, that you can now empower people to do something different, to think different. Right? But here it is. Before you ever, yes, influence somebody else, what can you do to implement the change in your own life? I don't know. Maybe you need to implement something greater with your diet. Maybe you need to implement something more so with your exercise level, your nutrition. Maybe you need to implement something to where you make a choice and a decision. Say, I won't be distracted today. I'm putting certain barriers around my work ethic. I'm not going to make excuses today. I'm going to execute. Maybe you need to implement something in your own particular life that may connect you to God in a greater way. You're implementing more prayer time, implementing more study time. You're implementing positive interactions with the right type of individuals. Maybe it is that you're implementing positive words that you're only going to speak over your life because you understand that you are the CEO of your own life. You are the chief encouraging officer. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Your words create your world. What you put into the atmosphere will appear. Right? What you say, you will eventually see and seize. The implementation is about demonstration. This is the season where you got to show your work. This is the season where no work is wasted. I told you that in a previous session before. All work works. Jesus said, I must work the works of him who sent me. The Lord sent you to this earth realm for a reason. The Lord placed you on this planet. Nothing has been placed on this planet that is not gifted. Nothing has been placed on this planet as a seed that was not intended to grow. Come on, God placed a seed in your spirit. God placed you as a seed in the earth realm. How are you making room to bloom? How are you growing? How are you developing? How are you defining what it is that God has gifted and talented and created you to do to begin to execute? I don't want to just affect. I want to execute so those whose lives I do affect can be empowered to replicate and create change. Come on, this is the month. This is the month. I'm done with just being an influencer. I need to be an implementer in October. Come on now. I need to be an implementer in November. Let's keep it going. We need to be an implementer in December. Come on, it's time to execute. Come on, it's 10 months we in now. Life is transpired. Come on now, you know life has wings. You know time has wings. Right? Time is flying because it's got wings. If you spread your wings as an eagle, I guarantee you're going to win. Come on, you got to say no fear formed against me shall prosper. No negativity formed against me shall prosper. I talked to you a few weeks ago about the topic, stop lying to yourself. Come on, stop telling yourself what God never said about you. You're more than a conqueror. You're not just a conqueror, you're more than a conqueror. Stop lying to yourself and believing the report of the enemy rather than the report of the Lord. If you keep believing the lie, you'll never execute. Here it is, rather than you being an influencer, you'll always be influenced. Implementers are influencers. Implementers refuse to be influenced by the past. They refuse to be influenced by other people's opinions because other people's opinions will not become your prison. I refuse to be influenced by everybody else. I only want to be influenced by the power of God. Right? We got to avail ourselves to be influenced by the power of God so that we can implement. Opportunities are waiting for you, but they're not going to wait all day. They're not going to wait all night. They're not going to wait all year. They're not going to wait all decade. Opportunity is ready for those who are ready to seize the opportunity. It's time to be an implementer. And if you become an implementer, you will eventually be an influencer. It's time to build. It's time to execute. It's time to go back to the drawing board. It's time to plan. People don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. Let's implement. Let's create. Let's dominate, because God created you to do it.